Alright, so good day class. So today we're going to have our lecture on uh, construction management. So we're going to discuss this week class about the RIBA plan of work. So the RIBA plan of work class is it's a good way to manage and oversee projects. So what I really want to teach you in our construction management and project management class and subject is for you to be able to view projects in a holistic manner from the beginning up to the end. Okay? So we could do that if we're going to use the RIBA plan of work as a tool in looking at projects. Okay? So there are 7 stages in the RIBA plan of work. We're going to discuss uh, stage 0 to 7 now. Then next week we're going to go back on our usual project management lectures. Okay? So that you'll be able to understand these steps um, more precisely. Okay? So stage stage one or no, stage zero, that's what you call the strategic definition. So when you say strategic definition, it means the stage outcome should be the best means of achieving the client requirements confirmed. So if the outcome determines that a building is the best means of achieving the client requirements, the client proceeds to stage one. So you have to make sure that in the strategic definition that the client really needs to make a building. Okay? So I think a good example would that if a client approaches you to build an apartment or a no, not approach you already the project, but for example, there's a particular lot. Okay? So the client approaches you, so you you have to make sure that in the strategic definition, when you talk to the client, that they really need to build a building in that location. Okay? So like it says here, if the outcome determines that the building is the best means of achieving the client requirements, then you go to stage one. Okay, so you talk to the client what are his requirements at this stage. So what are the core tasks? Um, First is prepare the client requirements. Okay. Develop the business case for feasible options, including review of project risk and project budget. Ratify option that best delivers the client requirements, and then review feedback from previous projects. Then undertake site appraisals. So it's noted here that there's no design team required for stage 0 and 1. So client advisors will be appointed to the client team to provide strategic advice and design thinking before stage 2 commences. So the core statutory process in stage 0 is the strategic appraisal of planning considerations. Okay. Now let's go to stage 1, which is preparation and briefing. So the project brief is approved by the client and confirmed that it can be accommodated on the site. Okay. So what does this mean? If there's already a project requirement, okay, you can make sure that the project brief, it could be accommodated based on the site location already. Okay, so if, for example, you could already set that the site needs you need to build you could build a hotel on the site. I think it's when you prepare the project brief, it should mean that that particular project is could be built there. Okay? Because I think you could already see if this stage you should already have an idea if that particular project fits the area already. Okay? So that's the core task for this is first is the prepare the project brief, including the project outcomes. Of course, you need to have the sustainability outcomes, quality aspirations, and spatial requirements. Undertake feasibility studies. Agree the project budget. source site information including site surveys, prepare project program, prepare project execution plan. Okay? But the project budget at this stage, class, it's still not quite detailed, but I think it's already a good ballpark figure of the probable cost. Okay? But as you go to the next stages, it will be more and more defined. Okay, so the core statutory process is that in this you obtain pre-application planning advice, agree route to building regulations compliance. So you must agree how you're going to comply with the different building regulations at this stage. Then an option is to submit an outline of the planning application. And the next is the stage 3. So if you look at here the wheel, so it's already at the third. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, which is a spatial coordination. So here, the architectural and engineering information are spatially coordinated. Then we're going to undertake design studies, engineering analysis, and cost exercises to test the architectural concept. Okay, so the architectural concept here, it's in stage 2. Resulting in spatially coordinated design aligned to updated cost plan, project strategies, and outline specifications. So you're going to initiate change control procedures and prepare stage design program. Here you're going to review the design against building regulations. Okay? So stage 2, you already have the design concept. Here at stage 3, you're going to review the design against building regulations because there are instances where in the design concept it might not be um, compliant as per code. So you have to change something. Okay? Then you need to prepare and submit the planning application. Okay? So that's for uh, stage 3. Now for stage 4, for stage 4 for the technical design, okay, let me just move this. Right. So stage 4 is the technical design. Here, all design information required to manufacture and construct the project are completed. Okay. So this is the technical design. So here you're going to develop architectural and engineering technical design, then prepare and coordinate design team building systems information, prepare and integrate especially subcontractor building system information, then prepare the stage design program. So, especially subcontractor designs are prepared and reviewed during stage 4. So, when you say class, especially subcontractor designs, there are some instances where in the building that you design, it's quite technical in nature. So for example, you design your walls to look like organic. So everything is organic. Okay? Then during the construction, some of these things would not be undertaken by the general contractor, but you need specialist subcontractors to do those things. So at this stage, you're going to review them. Uh, Review the designs of the subcontractor for it. So this is especially true when you are already doing large projects such as airports, malls, hospitals, terminals, and the like. But when it comes to houses, it would be on a case-to-case basis. Okay? So some houses are just standard, and some are require a lot of technical details and expertise. Here you're going to submit building regulations application, discharge pre-commencement and planning considerations, then prepare a construction phase plan. Okay, so I think some of this is already applicable only in the UK and other countries. Let's move. Okay, so just wait. I'll just move this class. So let's move into stage 5. Okay. Okay. So stage 5 class is manufacturing and construction. Here, the manufacturing, construction, and commissioning are completed. So there is no design work in stage 5 other than responding to site queries. So site queries, it's already related to the implementation of the project. So here you're going to finalize the site logistics, manufacture building system and construct the building, monitor progress against construction program. Okay, so it means you're going to look at if you're on schedule. Okay? So you're going to look into what's the actual progress right now compared to what is planned. Okay? Then of course you're going to inspect the construction quality. So when you say construction quality, you have to make sure that the right materials are used. So the columns are straight and plumb. There are no issues when it comes to the systems that are installed at the site for big projects. Then resolve site queries as required. Undertake commissioning of the building. Then prepare the building manual. So it's noted here that building handover tasks, bridges, stages 5 and 6, as set out in the plan of 4U strategy. So here you're going to carry out the construction phase plan, comply with planning conditions related to construction. So here you're going to have the building manual, including the health and safety file and fire safety information, the practical completion certificate, including the defects list, asset information. So if verified construction information is required, verification task must also be defined. Okay. Then after that is the handover. Okay. So when you see handover, the building handover after care initiated and the building contract is concluded. So at handover class, the client already accepts the work or the building. So it's already completed. So here you're going to hand over the building in line with the plan for your strategy, undertake review of project performance, undertake seasonal commissioning, then you're going to rectify defects, complete initial aftercare tasks including light touch post-occupancy evaluation, then comply with planning conditions as required. Then after handover, I think it's high time that the building will be in use. So here, the building use is operated and maintained efficiently. So stage 7 starts concurrently with stage 6 and lasts for the life of the building. Okay, because you'll already be using it at this stage. So you're going to implement facilities management and asset management, undertake post-occupancy evaluation of building performance in use, verify project outcomes, including sustainability outcomes. So adaptation of a building at the end of its useful life triggers a new stage 0. Okay? So if you're going to adapt a building, if it's already at the end of its lifespan, then you're going to go back to stage 0 again. So you're going to initiate a stage 0 to stage 7 again. And here you're going to comply with planning conditions as required. So if there are planning conditions, appoint facilities management and asset management teams and strategic advisors as needed. Okay. Um, okay. So, as you can see, class, okay, so let me just, okay, let's view this. So, there are 7 stages. So, the gist of the RIBA plan of work is to make sure that when you view a project, you view it throughout its life cycle. This is what you call life cycle view of a building. The common mindset right now, especially here in the Philippines, is when you look at the project, just look at it from the beginning up to turnover. But I think what's really important, last, if you want to provide value and service to the client, as well as to ensure that the building is functioning in accordance to the project requirements and the sustainability requirements, is to view it in the lens of the 7 stages, a life cycle and a view of the building from start up to its end. Okay? So you don't only when you design class, you don't only consider um, the stage at the moment. You have to look at the building as a whole from start to finish. So I think that's the gist of the RIBA plan of work. Okay. Now there's also a RIBA plan of work for small projects, which is something that I think we'll discuss later on. But for now, I this is just what we're going to discuss, okay, for this week. So I'll be posting our activity at our group page as usual. So if you have questions, last or clarifications, please feel free to send an email or ask me anytime. Okay? So I hope that you're all doing fine. Stay safe. Then please clarify items that you don't understand. Okay? So stay safe, class, and see you next week. I'll be posting the RIBA plan of work at our group page that you can uh, read the entire table. Okay? So, bye for now, class.